Hey everybody, this is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, D. Nostradamus, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Friday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at Wrestlekram, of course, the Axe Wrestlekram podcast. Okay, thank you so much. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly would not be me. Thank you so much. I'm humbled each and every single time I'm allowed to do this for you guys. Thank you so much. Of course, today is my birthday. I am 37 today. Congratulations to me. No, not. In the comments, you can go ahead and put happy birthday in there as well. But just want to do some friendly reminders and whatnot. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. So we're going to condense one of the shows into one, giving me another off day, which will be Tuesday. I'm going to, well, not Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to combine both NXT and the AEW Dynamite. We're going to combine those together because I have another 2 hours that I'm going to be watching as of right now. So it's going to be a lot of stuff that I'm going to be watching. So altogether, it's like what, two, four, no, I'm sorry, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 10 hours of wrestling content I'll be watching on a regular basis now. So, of course, the Collision show will be on Mondays now on the tag end. Tuesday, you will still get the Monday Night Raw podcast. You'll get now, instead of on a Wednesday, you will not get a Wednesday show as of right now. You will get only a Thursday show, and of course you'll get the weekend edition, which will only have you'll have Rampage and SmackDown on there, and of course Friday will be the Axe Wrestlekram show. So just to let you know, Mondays will be the tag in with Collision. Tuesday will be the Monday Night Raw recap. Wednesday will be nothing as of right now. Thursday will be the NXT and Dynamite show. Friday will be the Axe Wrestlekram show, and Sunday will be the weekend edition, which will be the SmackDown and Collision SmackDown and Rampage show. So just want to let you know that and whatnot on that situation. So thank y'all so much. Once again, like, share, and subscribe. You guys like, share, and subscribe. And if you want your questions asked, go ahead and on Sundays, early Sundays, I usually put those out so you can get those questions out as quickly as possible. I'll stop it probably around Thursday for you guys to go ahead and get your questions in, okay? So once again, I love y'all so much. I really do. I thank y'all so much. I'm not in the best health right now. I'm a little sick. That's probably why I didn't do the show, the Rampage, the Dynamite and NXT shows. I literally have the script right here ready to go. It's just I've been feeling really sick, really nauseous, unfortunately. But I'm getting back better. That's why I'm doing this show. Of course, this show is one of the biggest shows when it comes to ratings for this show. For this whole channel. So of course I'm going to do this one, and plus it's for y'all and whatnot. So I try to do that for you guys. On from me talking about all of that stuff and whatnot, let's get on to the meat and potatoes of it. Of course, let's get into the questions. The very first one is Mitch Does It. He asked, do you like shrimp? Yes, I love shrimp. There was a time when I only thought that shrimp was fried. You can eat fried shrimp. No. As in, like on Forrest Gump, there is a ton of ways to make shrimp. And one of those dishes is one of my top dishes that I love. Of course, I've married a Southern Belle, a down south Louisiana woman, and her and her family introduced me to a lot of different ways you can eat shrimp. And one of those ways is etouffee, which is delicious. Shrimp etouffee, crawfish etouffee is delicious. Also, I love shrimp Creole, which is also delicious. I promise you, eating fried shrimp is kind of the lower tier of me as of right now. A lot of the other ones are like sauteed more than any type of shrimp. Shrimp is really, really good. I really do like shrimp. I sound like Bubba, I swear. But anyway, thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD, he asks, what is the deal with you and the Viking Raiders and Matt Riddle? Another great question. Thank you so much for that question. I am not a fan of Matt Riddle. I am not a fan of the Viking Jobbers. I'm not a fan of either one of those guys. The reason why I don't like the Viking Jobbers is that they had this huge vignette. I mean, over and over again, they left. I think one of the guys, one of the original members of the Viking Experience, which sounds like a sexual act, more or less, he's injured. I think he was injured indefinitely. I think he's out pretty much, if he's not out for a long extent of time, but he's gone for a while. Even before he left, we got really good matches between them and the New Day. That was really good. When he got out, he came back, and it was still kind of a joke. Their group is really a joke. They just brought another person in. I think that's one of Either Or's wives, Valhalla, which is still a joke group to me. I mean, you're monster heels, but you never win. You never win. It's a joke to me that they have these huge intros, and nothing happens with these people. Now, with the Matt Riddle situation, I'm not a huge fan of Matt Riddle due to the fact that, I wouldn't say personal, but, it's just, you're a knucklehead, and you have consistently being a knucklehead, and this is outside of being a wrestler. Other though, I don't even like his wrestling style, but, I don't like the gimmick of the I'm high type person. Not a fan of that, but once again, I am not a fan of just your behind the scenes type of stuff as well. Maybe I'm not getting a lot of the information, but I'm just not a Matt Riddle fan because of all of the other stuff that comes with the Matt Riddle storyline, and that's outside of the character itself. So I never was a fan of him. I never was a fan of the situation with the RK Bro situation. I think that Randy Orton had better things to do with that garbage tag team with him in it. Now, I will give him his roses for that match with Roman Reigns, which was really, really good. I enjoyed that match, but that's pretty much the only match that I really do like with Matt Riddle. Now, I will say this. I am starting to like Matt Riddle now. He is getting on the good side of Dino Stranavis, but once again, this just the stuff that's going on behind stage. I'm just not a big fan of it. So and if I can't get behind you when it comes to your personal situation, then I'm not gonna like you as a wrestler. And on top of that, his wrestling is not the best for me. But those are the reasons why I don't like the Viking Raiders and I don't like Matt Riddle. That's the reason why. But y'all can like him. I don't mind. I don't care. You can like Matt Riddle. It's cool with me. I don't care. Thank you so much for that question, Black Star Boy 16. I think, I keep hearing about zombie movies, but are you a monster horror movie lover? And what is your favorite monster? As of right now, I will go back here. It is this guy right here. This is Candyman or whatnot. I am from Louisiana, and when I heard about the Candyman, it was the craziest thing I've ever heard of. It was really, really good. Great storyline. I enjoyed the storyline. Put them back there. Let them relax. When I heard the storyline, I heard the story and whatnot. I was a kid back in the 90s or whatnot. And I promise you, like, Candyman was one of those things where you did not fuck around with. You did not go into the bathroom when it's dark and you said Candyman 3 times. You just didn't do that. So, Candyman is one of my biggest monster persons I really, truly like. I do like Pumpkinhead if you are a oldie like myself back in the 90s as well. I'm a huge Pumpkinhead fan. I do like, if it is monsters or whatnot, Puppet Master was really good. I really enjoyed the Puppet Masters before Sci-Fi bought them, and Hellraiser. I liked that before Sci-Fi bought them as well. The Leprechaun was really good. I really enjoyed Leprechaun. It's a ton of movies that I will say. Of course, I like Jason and Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers and all those people. But, my thing was like more of the B-rated type of movies where you had like I said, Candyman, Pumpkinhead, the Puppet Master series, the Hellraiser series. All those were really, really good to me. I do like those. I'm a huge I'm a huge narc when it comes to the 90s horror genre. You really love all of those movies, really fun movies. The newer ones I'm like, okay, but these are really, really good. Shout out to, of course, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well. Those are really fun shows as well. I mean, movies as well. Thank you for that question. Really fun question. Thank you so much. Mitch does it. Again, what WWE wrestler will be next to leave AEW to join WWE? I do have a comment saying Andrade. I would have said Andrade as well. But Andrade has like 3 years on his contract. So I don't think that Andrade will be the one to do it. Now, I am hearing speculation and rumors that Hook will be the next person to probably take that step to the WWE and see what he does. I would love to see Hook in the WWE in a more structured area than the AEW. No disrespect to AEW, but I would like to see Hook in there. And also, we are hearing that Taz is one of the front and centers to actually say, hey, I would love to see my son over there in the WWE and see what he can do. It'd be really fun. I would like to see it. I would truly like to see it. But my go-to person who I really would like to see jump ship from AEW to WWE would be Jade Cargill. I would love her to get over to the WWE, see how great she can be and be as dominant as she was in AEW. Also, I would love to see Thunder Rosa over there jumping ship from AEW to the WWE. If it had to be any men, I would love to see the Acclaimed go over there, but they're a little more spicy when it comes to being on WWE. But I would love to see the Acclaimed go over there with Billy as Daddy Ass. I would love to see that situation. Singles competitors, I would probably like to see Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin, all the pillars except Jungle Boy. I'm not a Jungle Boy fan. So it would be Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and of course MJF. Those would be one of the ones I would. Those singles competitors I would like to see, men competitors, to go over to jump ship. But the number one person I think that's going to do it will be Hook. It looks like it will be Hook. And we'll see. I would like to see Hook over there in a new atmosphere, having a great time over there. Thank you so much for that question. Great question, as a matter of fact, Mitch does it. Another Mitch does it. Question, can you add some gaming to the channel? Maybe playing AEW Fight Forever or WWE 2K or playing Call of Duty. Okay, doke. So, number one, I am not a Call of Duty fan. Number two, Fight Forever, I am looking into that. I am waiting on the game to come out. I already bought the game full price. I'm just waiting on them to bring it out. I think it's on June 29th. I think it's going to come out. I think it's June 29th to June 28th. I may be wrong. I will be. Now, the thing is with that, I would love to do that. I am thinking of doing it. I would love to do it. It would be probably on like a Twitch situation, and then just clipping a lot of it to bring it to a channel all by itself. It will be focused on just video games or whatnot. So if I do something like that, it will be just a exclusive channel all by itself. But I do like the concept because I'm a huge fan of gaming. I'm a huge fan of Twitch, and I would like to get some of that stuff on Twitch as well. Not even the gaming stuff, but actually looking at wrestling on Twitch and YouTube as well. Doing like a watch along with all simultaneously with Facebook on my Facebook group page on Wrestlekram Super Club over there at Facebook. All that simultaneously doing a watch along or whatnot. I would love to do that. But just like I said, I have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff that's on my plate right now. And I'm trying to figure everything out as of right now. But I would love to do wrestling. Not only wrestling, but I would love to do more like indie horror games as well, because I'm a huge indie horror fan. So I would like to do some stuff like that as well. Great question. Down the future, Mitch does it. So he has one more question. I think he has one more question. One more question from Mitch. Will you be checking out the new Transformer movie? No, I will not. Okay, here's the thing. I do not like Transformers. The only Transformer movie I liked was the very first one with Shia LaBeouf. That was the only one I liked. It. All the other ones are straight dog shit to me. I know. Do not hate me. Do not kill the messenger. I am not a fan of the Transformers movies. I'm not even a fan of Michael Bay, period. But if I had to choose any one of them, it would be the very first one, and that's it. I mean, I'm not. I mean, and I love Beast Wars. I grew up on Beast Wars back in the early 2000s when I was a child, and I used to watch them, and it was really, really good. But you know, I've read the stuff on Rotten Tomatoes saying that it's really hard to watch. It's not cohesive, and it's just not good. So, you know, on top of that, I'm not going to watch it. Now, what I will go watch on my birthday, which is today, will be the Flash movie. I will be watching the Flashpoint movie today. And probably the weekend, I'll probably watch The Blackening. I keep hearing great things about that movie as well. So, I'll be watching Flash, probably the weekend of The Blackening. Or probably The Machine, if The Machine is still out. I heard good things about The Machine as well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mitch Does It, for that question. After that, we got Laurel. I know you are a football fan. Apparently, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson lost over $60 million in XFL. Should he try to bring it back next season? That's a great question. If I lost $60 million, I mean, the XFL has never been profitable. Unfortunately, it's never been profitable. I mean, but here's the thing: when you have a lot of money and a lot of sponsors behind you, you can take those risks. I would love my own business eventually, and I do know that in business, the first year will always be a situation where you are losing money altogether. This is Dwayne Johnson's first year in the XFL. Now, if it was me and I had a lot of sponsors and I am a multimillionaire like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I would bring it back. I would bring it back one more year to see exactly what happens. I will say the XFL has more fans than the USFL, so I would like to see it one more season. I enjoyed it when Vince brought it back. The second time, it was just COVID that destroyed it, and I hate that that happened because it was really getting a lot of traction. So I would like to see what happens. I mean, remember, we do not have when the actual football league, the NFL is gone. We don't have any more football. So I mean, to cater to football fans, I mean, it would be a great thing to actually have the football people there. That's just my opinion. I would think that that would be a smart thing to do. But once again, I am not a millionaire. I don't know how it works, how to be a millionaire. But you know, if it was me, I would try to bring it back. One more season, see how much money. Hopefully, you can turn a profit on the XFL. A great question. Thank you so much for that. I was going to talk about that as well on one of these segments. Laurel, another question. Who can you see as a storyline related winning the? Who do you think? Who do you see as a storyline related winning the Royal Rumble? Okay, so that's a very easy question. It will be Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has to finish, of course, the story. I don't see anybody else winning the Royal Rumble. But once again, I can't look that far into the future. I would love to see somebody from NXT coming from NXT to win the Royal Rumble, like Braun Breaker. I would love to see him face probably the incumbent world champion, because I think Cody is going to be the one to take those titles off of take now the mustard stain title off of Roman Reigns. So I do see that happening. So, I mean, if it's not Cody, Braun Breaker, or somebody in the NXT locker room that's coming in there, I would like to see that situation. But, once again, it'll be Cody. Cody will win again, and we will have another Royal Rumble match between him and Roman Reigns. Great question. Thank you so much for that. Mr. Green, 2853, who can you see the next War Games match? Goodness gracious. Judgment Day, if they add JD McDonough and probably the OC, if they add somebody else as well, I would like to see something like that. Very fun situation. I would love to see that. JD McDonough joining the Judgment Day and the OC going at it. That would be a very fun collaboration with that. Of course, we'll probably have Team Raw women versus Team SmackDown women, and probably adding a sprinkle of the NXT women there as well. That will be a very fun show as well. I can't wait to see what Survival Series will offer. It's been stale for a while since Triple H got there and changed it to War Games, so it's gonna be very fun. I can't wait to see what they do with that. So great question. Thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD. What pay-per-view can you see moving from main roster to the NXT brand? Probably the King and Queen of the Ring. They still do not know what to do with the King and Queen of the Ring. I don't know if it's something that consists of where they can get rid of something. I mean, I would get rid of me personally. I would get rid of TLC in a heartbeat and replace that with the King of the Ring segment. And give an incentive where it's like a Money in the Bank type of situation where you are automatically the number one contender for the next pay-per-view. You put some stipulations on this, but I do see they do love Queen and King of the Ring, and I would like that to keep carrying on from there to NXT if they can do something like that. But yeah, because they still don't know what they're doing. So my suggestion would be King, Queen, and the Ring. Thank you so much for that question. Great question. Mr. Green 2853. What is your favorite day of the week? My favorite day of the week is Sunday. I love Sunday. Sunday is a beautiful day where you should. To me, Sunday is like an autumn day every single day. I promise you. It's just a slow, laid-back day where nothing happens and you can just chill and relax. Of course, I'm a football fan, so I'm watching either football or some basketball on ABC. So, it's a fun it's a fun day where you can just relax and chill. And that's why I love Sundays. Sundays are so fun. Thank you so much for that question. Mr. Green 2853 with another question. What? I don't know what that says. Who could be the next NXT champion? Or is it saying who could be the next NXT champion? I can't read today, you guys. I think the next NXT champion should be Trick Williams. I think Trick Williams should be the one to push Carmelo Hayes out of the main, off of NXT, putting him on the main roster. Trick having a dominant heel turn and just being a really dominant champion in NXT until his turn to go to the main roster, where we will have a friend versus friend, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn type of experience in the main event at WrestleMania. That's the only thing I can think of as of right now. Trent Williams should be the one to be the next NXT champion. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. Dragon Hunter XD. If I've never saw AEW, which match or angle or wrestler would you suggest other than CM Punk? So let me read that question one time. If I've never seen AEW, which match or angle or wrestler would you suggest other than CM Punk? Great question. The best match I can honestly tell you will be the MJF versus Daniel Bryan. Was it the Iron Man match, which was really good. That was probably one of the best matches I've ever seen ever. The best angle would probably be the angle as of right now, where we have the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club, which is going on right now. Best angle they've had for a while. So I'll say that. And if it was a wrestler I would eyeball as of right now, I have a couple of them, as a matter of fact. I truly love Jay Cargill. I'm not saying that on a stack where, I'm just in love with this beautiful woman. No, Jay Cargill is a very great character, and I do enjoy watching her. Number two will be Ricky Starks. I really enjoy him I've heard that he wants to be the number one face eventually. So I would love to see him as well. Also, MJF. MJF is just one of those generational talents that has great mic skills, great character. He's a great champion. He's a great person inside of the ring as well. So it'll be MJF and Darby Allin. Darby Allin, you can take Darby Allin anywhere and put him in any type of federation, and he would kill it. He's just so good. So it'll be Darby Allin, MJF, Ricky Starks, and Jade Cargill. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. But I will tell anybody just to go head first into AEW. I mean, you do have a new show with Collision that's starting Saturday. That will be the very first one. I will most definitely check it out and see what's going on. We'll have new commentators, a new feel, a new brand. Everything should be different with this situation. So I would like to see what happens with this. So if you ever want to jump into AEW, right now is the time to actually jump into it, to have a great time, to see what you can do with it. Once again, just a great question or whatnot. I have Mr. Green 2853. What is your favorite fast food burger? My favorite fast food burger as of right now is the Whataburger sweet and spicy. I love that burger to death. I will go out of my way to kick a baby in the face to get a burger of that magnitude, you guys. I love that burger. Favorite burger. I mean, I used to be a huge McDonald's fan. Not anymore. My number two will probably be a Whopper. I love a Whopper with cheese, add bacon. I'm not really a pork person, but I do love bacon. So that one, and probably it's a burger joint here in Shreveport. I don't know if they have it anywhere else, but it's a Griff's burger. Griff's. It is really, really good. I love those burgers as well. I just don't stay in that area anymore. But if I did, I would get a Griff's burger as well. They are so good, and they're made to order. That's what's so good about them. They're made to order. So I would love those burgers. So it'll be a Whataburger sweet and spicy, a Whopper with cheese, add bacon, or a Griff's burger, double meat, double cheese, grilled onions, and bacon. Yeah, I love grilled onions on my burger. So thank you so much for that question. Great question. Thank you so much. Laurel asks a question. There's stories out that says LA Knight is more of The Rock than Ricky Starks. I disagree. But who do you think is more like The Rock, LA Knight or Ricky Starks? I disagree as well. I think LA Knight is starting to get into its own brand, where I think he's starting to kind of feel more like Stone Cold than The Rock. I would say Ricky Starks, to me, is more of a The Rock than LA Knight. And I'm not saying that as Ricky Starks has a bad character, because I think Ricky Starks has a really good character. But if I had to choose between LA Knight and Ricky Starks, it had to be Ricky Starks. Hands down, no questions asked. So just like I said, but LA Knight is just, he's coming into his own little thing, and it's just really, really good. I enjoy LA Knight more than Ricky Starks, even though I'm a huge Ricky Starks fan from Louisiana. But once again, it has to be Ricky Starks, hands down. Great question. Thank you so much for that question. One more question from L'Oreal. King and Queen of the Ring looks like it's going to be scrapped. But if it wasn't, who would be the next King and Queen of the Ring, and what would you get if you won it? Once again, I think that if you became King and Queen of the Ring, you should automatically be the number one contender for that title for the next. So it should be 1 month of storylines with just the King and the Queen of the Ring facing whatever champion they want, and then finally choosing which one they want. I also think who should be the King and Queen of the Ring as of right now. I would love to see Lacey Evans as Queen of the Ring. I think she is doing a phenomenal job when it comes to her story, her gimmick as of right now. And if I had to choose a male King of the Ring, and and be convinced to be a number one contender for a title would be probably, I'm just going to be funny, Von Wagner. Von Wagner should be the next King of the Ring and do a great job of being a number one contender. He is a free agent, so he can go anywhere he pleases. So it'll be a really fun thing to have him, Von Wagner, as Mr. Stone, as one of his subjects. I would like to see something like that. Great question, Laurel. Thank you so much for that. Black Starboy 16. Since Collision is right around the corner, what will they do with Rampage, and what do you think they should do with Rampage? Should they even keep Rampage? So it's just three questions. Should they keep Rampage? Probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, the way it was looking, they make about, I think it's 600,000 to 700,000 views for Rampage. So I would keep it. That would be a smart thing to keep. What should they do with Rampage? Rampage, I think, should be their developmental now. They do not have Dark and Elevation anymore. So I would put just the creme de la creme people that are, it would be the NXT. It will be their NXT. It will be, I would change it from Friday and put Collision on Fridays. I would do that instead of putting Collision on Saturdays. I would even probably put Rampage back to back with NXT, or put Rampage right after NXT, so we won't have any type of situation. I don't think there's any wrestling on Thursdays. I think the only thing is Impact. So I mean, I can't find Impact, so I don't even know what channel Impact is on. Put it on Thursdays. I mean, do something with Rampage. With your developmental people, have a great, and keep it an hour. Keep it 1 hour and just make it developmental. That would be my thing. So yeah, keep it, make it developmental, and what more can I say? Collision probably is gonna eat up a lot of that time due to the fact that it's like literally you have Rampage and then you have Collision, so it's back to back. So hopefully they'll fix that time slot there. Great question, Black Starboy 16. Great question. Thank you so much. Then the last question: any gaming channels you recommend that you watch on YouTube? Great question. Great question. I do a lot of indie horror game shows or channels. I'm a huge fan of Markiplier. He is the biggest one that I do a lot of. I also do, is it CJU, where he does nothing but pure indie horror games. I like Hollow. Hollow is really good as well. Who else? I know I'm missing a lot of people, but mostly just indie horror games in all together. Who else am I missing? Oh goodness gracious, what is that guy's name I watch all the time? Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's a lot of them, but most of them are just literally just indie horror games. I'm a huge indie horror game person. I'm a huge Steam type of person. So if it has anything to do with just indie horror games, I'm a big fan of it. So that would be my go-to. CJU, Markiplier, Hollow. I can't think of other, but yeah, it's just off the top of the dome. So yeah, those will be the ones that I do. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Of course, today is my birthday. All right, 37 years on this planet. I'm not really a huge birthday person. I don't do a lot of birthday things. What I'm going to be doing is probably just going to go see The Flash and just come back and hang out. I did buy a couple of steaks, but it's supposed to be kind of rainy, kind of dreary day tomorrow. So hopefully I can throw them on the grill. But I don't smoke, I don't drink, so I don't do a lot of that. I don't party, I don't go to the clubs. I've never been to a grown-up club, so I couldn't even tell you what inside a grown-up club looks like. You're talking to a super geeky nerd type person. So I don't do a lot of that stuff what the young people do. But I'll probably game a lot. One of my games I do enjoy playing. is of course Fallout 4. I'll probably do some Fallout 4. Probably some an old retro game I love to death, which is Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion. If you don't know about that game, please go Google it. Very fun game. And probably taking the plastic off of Resident Evil 2, the remake. I've never played that game. It's here, but it's in plastic. Like I'm still lost on why is it still in plastic. So I'll probably play that. Probably get some trophies off of that game. But I do love y'all to death. I love y'all a lot. Just to clarify on a lot of what's going on, Wednesday will no longer be NXT. NXT will be now on Thursdays with AEW Dynamite. Okay, so Mondays will be Collision, and of course that's the tag in. Tuesday will be Monday Night Raw. Wednesday no show. Thursday will be the AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT. Friday, of course, is the flagship show, which is Wrestlekram. And then on Sundays, you will get, of course, the weekend show where I talk about, of course, Rampage and WWE Friday Night SmackDown. Those shows will still be going on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Do not forget that you can get your questions answered as well. I do put that post. I put the post on every 10 o'clock. It's usually 10 o'clock where I do the community tab where you can go and get your questions in. Do not forget, I enjoy y'all so much. I usually give you until Thursday to get your questions in so I can go ahead and read them off and we can have a great time. Try to stump your boy or whatnot. I enjoyed this go around. I love y'all so much. Happy birthday to me once again. And the best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.